transformation. We're in the middle of development of a third opportunity with DLT. That's a brand new business service for DTCC and is leveraging a Hyperledger component.
Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another CYPRX video breakdown. In today's video breakdown, we have a series of video clips for you all. One of my most favorite ones from the Hyperledger Global Forum that happened just at the end of last year will be from Rob Palatnik. Some of the things that he has to say. Again, a major key market participant, head of the Dtcc. So pay attention towards the end of this video breakdown. I will be playing some video clips from him, listening into what he has to say. Now, over the past 2 years, we have been mentioning on all of our platforms that there is a digital evolution taking place behind the scenes of our global financial system. Major systematic changes are taking place and very few people are paying close attention, which will ultimately, in our personal opinion, leave them far behind, just like back in the early days of the internet and cell phone adoption curve. An individual who didn't adapt well to internet and cell phone usage transformations back in the day would have struggled with using technology to communicate and access information. Similarly, someone who doesn't adapt to crypto, in our personal opinion, alongside distributed ledger technology transformation that is happening, will have most likely the same difficulty adapting to this digital transformation of our entire financial infrastructure compared to those who embrace the technological changes. We know in recent high-level panel discussions, this new payment system is being developed. So I want to take your attention to the first part of our video, where they go on to talk about a unified ledger and a new payment system being built.
Because today's payment rails are built with a certain set of security protocols with respect to cyber, technology risk, and so on. Now, the secondary monetary system that I'm speaking about, the new one where we built a new set of rails, and I think the BIS has spoken about a unified global platform or infrastructure. The security of the infrastructure is critical. Yep. And the design features there may well be different from our traditional RTGS and payments networks because these are, expressed as tokens on distributed ledgers, which brings about its own set of risks, which we need to be mindful of.
Now, I want you all to pay attention to the specific vocabulary that he utilizes. He mentions distributed ledger technologies, and he mentions a new unified payment system. Now, what I find interesting is from this video clip that I posted to you all on my Twitter page, where Augustin Karsten, the general manager, hopefully I'm pronouncing that gentleman's name correctly, the general manager of the BIS confirms that in order for this technology innovation to flourish in our payment system, it requires a stable foundation that unleashes the private sector's creativity and ingenuity, which solidifies the collaboration between the public and the private sector in the future of distributed ledger technology and this cryptocurrency ecosystem.
First, for innovation to flourish, it requires a stable and safe infrastructure that unleashes the private sector's creativity and ingenuity.
Now, boom, with those two things confirmed and out of the way, again, showing you all in this video breakdown how there is a digital transformation coming. This video clip right here that I'm about to play for you all only has 288 views, which solidifies what we've been saying for the longest time, is that the majority of individuals are not paying attention to detail. This is a video that is discussing that is from this year in March 2023 about the evolution of our financial system, and it only has 288 views, ladies and gentlemen. Do you all see? However, if you go to a TikTok video of some crazy high trendy dance, it has millions of views. The general public's attention is merely distracted right now, while these central bankers are going behind the scenes and completely evolving our entire financial infrastructure, the way that businesses operate, the way that the whole entire society as a whole operates, onto a unified digital ledger. Pay attention to what this gentleman has to say.
Technology is advancing very, very rapidly. Finance is at the forefront. Central banks are rolling up their sleeves to be on the front line of the innovation process and help shape the digital transformation in the financial system. In my view, What makes today's situation unique is a change in the innovation process. In the past, technological innovation was driven by a need to solve specific problems. But today, this order is often reversed. Innovation or innovative technologies come first, and use cases come later. And use cases come later. This approach to technological innovation is not a bad thing.
Now, I would like for you all to pay close attention to something that this gentleman said. He said that innovation and technology seems to happen first and use cases come second. Pause and just think about our current crypto ecosystem and landscape that everybody's operating in. What takes precedence right now when anybody that's new comes into this space and gets involved in crypto? Meme coins. What's the best little tiny, quick 100x pump that's going to flip my money, right? All this hype around meme coins. Nobody really truly is doing research on utility driven crypto assets right now, except for researchers like myself and a few other handful of individuals out there. Alongside, obviously, of course, any individual that's paying attention to our specific video breakdowns or any other deep researcher on the internet, because there are quite a few. However, the majority of individuals involving themselves in this crypto space have no understanding of real utility-driven crypto assets. And when you take that into consideration, surrounding that the entire population lacks the education and knowledge when it comes to the distributed ledger technology and crypto ecosystem space, okay, it really truly opens your mind. I mean, look at this video, for example, only having 288 views. This just came out in March 2023. This is a very updated video, right? So do you all see how this digital transformation is taking precedence? And something that I find very interesting is that he says technology comes first, the transformation comes first, and then use cases comes later, which solidifies that eventually later on down the road, a utility-driven bull run is very likely.
The projects fall within 6 core areas of importance to central banks, including central bank digital currencies, next-generation financial market infrastructures, subtech, regtech, and open finance. Next-generation financial market infrastructures.
So right there, he goes on to talk about next generation financial market infrastructures. I want to pause your attention right there for just 1 second and take you over to a ripple.com PDF where it goes on to say, eventually, payment demands exceed the limits of such a system. In the 1970s, the industry adopted new technology to underpin the next generation of payments. Electronic fund transfers, EFTs, digitized payments, and expanded settlement among financial institutions, and an entire country or group of countries using the same currency. EFTs created a much more efficient payment system for expanding payment volumes. Despite many technological breakthroughs in the last 50 years, payment infrastructures have not advanced beyond serving a single currency at a time and have yet to fully support faster or instant settlement. While cross-border messaging services have emerged, such as SWIFT, no cross-border or multi-currency settlement rail exists. Do you all see the vocabulary considering some of the things that we've shown you all in previous video breakdowns? Right? Remember, we showed you all from the IMF putting out information about multilateral platforms for cross-border payments. This came out January 18th, 2023. Again, updated information, right? In the absence of an international rail, banks sending payments across geographic or currency borders must rely on patchwork of intermediaries to deliver the payments. Relying on intermediaries, commonly correspondent banks, adds counterparty risk, settlement risk, fees, and delays. These conditions increasing the consumer's cost of sending a payment, making today's infrastructure focus on supporting large value transactions. As we've seen in the past, market demands for faster, cheaper, and safer payments, especially for cross-border transactions, exceed today's infrastructure. New tools are needed to underpin the next generation of payment networks. And what did the BIS general manager go on to say? Next generation financial market infrastructures. Do you all see the correlation? Ones that fully support global reach and real-time payments. Ripple is one such technology that financial institutions and payment networks can use to modernize payments. Now, again, I'm not a Ripple or XRP maxi. However, I do truly believe that Ripple is one of the many technologies that will evolutionize our payment infrastructure behind the scenes. All right. Now, moving on, something else that I find very interesting before we get into the DTCC speaker. Okay. We see right here, this is a PDF from the Federal Reserve. We'll scroll up here and we'll read page 6 first. And goes on to read, as a preliminary step to understanding the implications of distributed ledger technology developments in payments, clearing and settlement, a team, check this out. This is just to solidify that this is happening, okay? A team of Federal Reserve staff, the FR research team, held discussions with a broad range of parties that are interested in participate in or otherwise contributing to the evolution of distributed ledger technology. The team conducted interviews and conversations with approximately 30 key industry stakeholders. Now, I did research on who those 30 key industry stakeholders are, and I'll disclose that for you all in just 1 second, including market infrastructures, financial institutions, other government agencies, technology startups, more established technology firms, and industry consortia. Additionally, the team attended numerous industry conferences and symposia and continues to engage with the industry participants and follow developments related to the technology. Now let's go on down here where it continues to talk about this on page 23. We come down here to page 23 and it says participation in the consortia. Consortia are helping industry participants utilize the costs and risks associated with developing distributed ledger technology arrangements. In addition, these multilateral partnerships are acting as a catalyst for future discussions related to common ledger operability standards and enable the testing of proof of concepts by joining consortia. Firms are able to lower development costs and test solutions together instead of in silos. Some consortia have membership fees and are driven by the need to generate commercial solutions. This is important right here. Watch how they end this. While others are focused exclusively on developing a unified code base an open standard solution. Do you all remember what this gentleman said right here about them building a unified payment system?
And I think the BIS has spoken about a unified global platform or infrastructure.
Boom. Well, if we come over here to a tweet that I put out to you all, and again, I'm not saying that the XRP ledger is the chosen one or anything like that, but what does it provide? It provides the XRP ledger a unified code base and open standard for payments and value transfer, making it a powerful tool for enabling fast, low cost, and interoperable cross-border payments. What did Augustin Karsten say? Again, that innovation and technology usually comes first and use cases come later. Well, you all remember that in that Federal Reserve PDF, it goes on to talk about 30 stakeholders. Well, the Federal Reserve has a complex web of stakeholders. Here are 30 stakeholders in the Federal Reserve. And if we come down here to the interesting highlight that I have for you all, we see the International Monetary Fund talking and discussing about multilateral platforms, right? The Bank for International Settlements discussing and talking about unified payment systems. The G7 and the G20, also the World Bank, who has mentioned in the past XRP and XLM, right? Are you all starting to see how what Augustin Karstens, the general manager of the BIS, saying that technology and innovation comes first and use cases comes later plays a crucial role in your long-term vision and market participation in this space, in this ecosystem, right? I really, truly hope that you all are seeing the gems, okay? Go ahead and if you all are enjoying this video so far, smash that thumbs up button. Always attempting to provide you all with the realest information out there, right? No smoke screen, just straight research, okay? So now let's go over to this video breakdown. I have a couple of clips. Again, we have Rob Platnick from the DTCC speaking. If me showing you all panel discussions that are updated from 2023 from the BIS, right? Speakers telling you all that there's a digital evolution, a transformation happening to our financial ecosystem. If you're not going to listen to them, then maybe you'll listen to Rob Palatnik of the Dtcc. Okay, so pay attention to detail. Listen to what this gentleman has to say.
Sure. From the state of the industry, there's probably, Daniela listed a set of industries, and in our involvement with Hyperledger and in my role as chair for the previous 3 years of the board, I don't know that there's any industry I've encountered, whether it's certainly financial services, healthcare, music, energy, airline parts. There's literally no business that I've encountered that hasn't had some discussion or there's not innovation from fintechs and the core business leaders in that particular industry using blockchain and distributed ledger technology, and Hyperledger is always among the top contenders in that conversation.
Boom. So he doesn't know any business, pretty much any ecosystem that is not talking about distributed ledger technology. And he goes on to mention, again, Rob Palatnik from the DTCC says that Hyperledger is always in the top 10 of the discussions on any of these topics, right? And do you all know who's a part of the Hyperledger Foundation? Well, right here we see Accenture, who we know is a Ripple partner, DTCC, right? We see IBM, whom we know is a council member on Hedera. We come down here and we see a lot of the crypto projects that we discuss and talk about here on the CYPRX platform, like Cspr, for example, being a part of the Hyperledger Foundation. Hedera, we come down here and we see Ripple. We also see R3. We see Stellar down here as well, right? So pay attention, because what Rob Palatnik says right there is crucial. This came out, by the way, only 6 months ago and has 192 freaking views. Do you all see how crazy this is? So if you're watching this right now, you're one of these 192 individuals on this earth that is paying attention to detail and not being distracted by all of the hype, the meme coins right now, right? Paying attention to what the general manager of the BIS says, that innovation and technology comes first in use cases, i.e. utility. A utility-driven bull run comes later, right?
Inside of DTCC, as I mentioned, we're working with the entire financial industry. We're in the middle of development of a third opportunity with DLT. That's a brand new business service for DTCC and is leveraging a Hyperledger component.
Now, Rob Palatnik does admit that they are collaborating with a Hyperledger component. Now, he does not say who that Hyperledger component is, but you all can see the names on the Hyperledger Foundation as to who that potential component could be. And if all of that wasn't enough for you, then just take a second real fast and listen to this very last video clip that I have for you all. If you all enjoyed this video breakdown today, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. If you found this informative, we do appreciate the love and the support if you would subscribe to the channel. With that being said, this is not financial advice. I'm not telling you all to go out there and invest in any of the cryptocurrency assets that we spoke about in today's video breakdown. Make sure that you all are doing your own personal research and understanding your risk involving yourselves in these cryptocurrency markets in the early stages that we're in right now. Really truly understand the long-term perspective and vision in order to survive in this market space long-term later on down the road. As always, be cognizant, be aware, and I'll see you all in the next video breakdown.
But 2.5 years in Phoenix, drinking a Corona, who could have imagined that in 2.5 years you could be drinking Guinness?
What an evolution.
So sitting where we are today with Hyperledger at this conference and pushing out another 2.5 years, and considering, 2.5 years ago, it was POCs, pilots, we're moving past this, we're moving past that, but there was very little you could point at. Today, almost every other week, you're reading about a production application, not just, we tried out a bond between 3 different firms and it was successful, and then you never hear about it again. We're live. We're going live with another one in a few months. We know some of our partners in the industry, some of our clients, some of our peers that provide our services in Europe, in Asia, have gone live. We know, and we heard about the project in Cambodia that is live with central bank digital currency. And in other parts of the world, they're moving forward on that. So things are going to go live, and people are going to learn and experience from those successes and those failures.